I got 2 words. Raggedy bitches. That's where I stand. That's currently where I stand. With every single person that's on that damn stage except Garcelle, and Sutton just redeemed herself by apologizing to Garcelle during BravoCon. Raggedy ass, messy ass bitches. And I'll give Crystal a little bit of grace too, because she came through at the end. Y'all, I really, really wanted to come on this camera and just start screaming at the top of my lungs, because that's what I did when I was watching this episode. But you want to know one thing? Hold on, y'all. It felt completely off center. But I'm not going to do that. Well, I say that for now, and then it'll be 20 minutes into this video and I'm yelling at the top of my lungs. But I just want to say that I know that we use the term gaslighting a lot and people are kind of tired of the word. But like, if this episode wasn't like clear definition of gaslighting, I don't know what is. And as much as I'm talking about, y'all know how much I go up for Garcelle. I pretty much dragged Garcelle the majority of this season, but I still go up for her. That's my bish. And when I say this, I mean it from the depths of my heart. I don't want Garcelle on this show no more. Not because I don't think that she brings anything good. She does. Not that I don't think that she doesn't add anything. She's actually probably the fan favorite and one of the only reasons I do actually watch this show. However, after seeing her tonight, and you could tell how visibly upset she was and how much it was taking her a lot to not really cry. For her own sanity, for her own mental sanity, I don't want her on this show no more. And for my mental sanity, and so that I don't go to jail, I need Garcelle. I would love if Garcelle stepped off this show, because the fact that we have to continuously deal with this, had to do it with Dr. Tiffany on the Real Housewives of Dallas. Y'all got motherfucking canceled because y'all don't know how to run. Y'all don't know how to talk. Okay. You did it with Ebony Williams, pretty much trying to say that the reason why the Real Housewives of New York wasn't doing good was because of her, when the Real Housewives of New York wasn't doing good prior to Ebony K. motherfucking Williams stepping on the damn scene. The Real Housewives of New York was already not doing good, which is why they partially brought in Leah before they did Ebony. And now y'all want to sit on this freaking couch and for the second week in a row, continuously gaslight the hell out of Garcelle. And bravo, Andy, let me tell you something. First of all, I see they are on your Twitter eating you the hell up, as they should be. Because the fact that you literally took 2 to 3 minutes to make a little speech last week about how y'all don't condone certain things when it comes to race, but you will sit there amongst a bunch of white women and let them pretty much the microaggressions were insane. And some of it wasn't even micro. Some of it was very much so blatant. And the fact that you sat there and you did not stand up for her is actually not very even surprising, because this is the same man who, let's take it back. Let's go to the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 10, I believe, when they brought Kim Zolciak back on the show. This is the same man who, after the reunion was over, Kim is in the back where her raggedy ass, fucking hillbilly ass family talking about something. This is why white women would never, ever, ever come on this show like this, because you're going to have a whole bunch of black women yelling at them. And guess what? From my understanding, Kim is supposed to come back on one of the shows. Andy does not care. And honestly, like everybody keeps saying, I really do feel the same way when people say this. Andy should not be a host. He should not be a host, because his bias is clear for the people that he go up for and the franchises that he go for. Specifically when it comes to the franchises, the way that Andy handles the black franchises, so Potomac and Atlanta, he does not handle those girls the way that he handles the rest of these bitches. The black girls are always held to a different standard for Andy than the rest of the girls. And the way I feel about it is what everybody's been saying. You can't be unbiased, Andy. You have a terrible time at doing that. You have your certain faves on the show that you like, and you let them get away with anything. And that was very much so clear this damn episode. I know I took a couple minutes, but this episode truly triggered the hell out of me. Because as somebody who I am always damn near the only black person in the white spaces that I'm in, whether it comes to me going to school and my job. So I know what that feels like, to literally have to sit there and deal with the microaggressions and the nonsense of all of the white people around you. And as much as you want to snap, you don't, because you don't want to be seen as what? The angry black woman. So because we don't want to be seen as the angry black woman, as black women, we sit there and we take that shit. We sit there and we let it manifest within inside of ourselves, versus just going out and saying what we want to say, because all y'all gonna do is turn around and make me the damn villain anyway. How is it that Sutton was the one who sat up there and said and called and pretty much came at Diana for the most part, and then after Sutton said, I don't got nothing to say to you, then Diana go, well, I'm just really disappointed in what Garcelle said. Can we address what Sutton just said about you? This is what's very clear to me. I ain't even getting to the review. I don't care. It's very clear. It is very clear that a certain group of girls, specifically Lisa Rinna and Erica, no longer want Garcelle on this show. And in turn of that, because Sutton is cool with Garcelle, Kyle, and Dorit, and specifically Dorit, like the following ass that she is, want to get on the bandwagon with the other two bitches and do whatever they can to pretty much get these two girls out of here. You cannot tell me that there is not a concerted effort right now to make it so that Garcelle leaves this show. That's why I said, part of me, I really want her to get off of here because of her mental sanity, but I understand her wanting to stay to be like, you bitches ain't gonna run me out of nowhere. But at the same time, you are not going to put this black woman through anguish because y'all have stuff that y'all are not comfortable with. Because if we really want to talk about it, the reason why y'all are so uncomfortable with Garcelle being on this show is because of what Lisa posted. Lisa put up on Instagram, every single time we have an argument with Garcelle, y'all try to say that it's racist. No, and that's the problem right there. Nobody said that. It's the fact that y'all are not used to being around black people. So when people are holding you accountable, saying that's not okay to say, that's a microaggression, you're not valuing her experience, you're not valuing her as a person, you don't like that criticism and don't know how to take it. So to alleviate all of that, y'all just want Garcelle off the show, and it's pretty much gonna do anything to get her off of here. All of you bitches, including Bravo Andy, can kiss my, as far as I'm concerned. And that was my rant about how I feel about the whole damn show, if we really want to talk about it. But let's get into the details, and I'm pretty sure I'll reiterate half of what I just said. They really pissed me off, y'all. So we started off back where we started off before with, like this just goes into what I was just saying. So Diana is like, I think it picks up what Garcelle saying. I just want you to leave me alone, Diana. Like, just leave me alone. Don't talk about me on social media. Don't talk about my son. Don't talk about nothing. And then it was like, well, I was just really hurt because you called me evil. So they show, I guess there was like a little YouTube clip or whatever with Sutton and Garcelle, I think like on an after show. And Garcelle was like, oh yeah, the way that she acted towards Sutton was really evil. And so, I forgot she called Sutton the C word. And so Andy goes, well, I mean, you mad about evil, but you said the C word. Like, wouldn't y'all say that the C word is like worse than the word evil? Who was it? Who was it? Erica and Lisa, of course, they're going to be like, no, it's not that bad. What got me is Dorit talking about some. No, I think evil is worse. What kills me is that y'all couldn't even say the C word on TV. They had to bleep it. So how is it that it's worse to call somebody evil, but the word that y'all are saying isn't that bad? They have to bleep on TV. And the reason why I feel like they're all full of shit is because for people that look like me, the C word ain't nothing. You could call me that right now. It don't mean shit to me. For people in the LGBTQ community, it means something completely different. But one thing I know for a cold, hard fact is that word for white women is like, it's like the end all be all. So now that we're comparing it to what a black woman said, now, oh, it's not that bad. Y'all could all kiss my ass. And Andy, for you to get on Twitter, and I think somebody did like a poll or whatever saying like which word was worse or whatever, like, and I think, the C word one. And then Andy reposted that on Twitter and was like, yeah, there's no debate about that. So why didn't you say that during the reunion? And that's what everybody on his Twitter is saying. You just sat there and said, oh, okay, it's obvious that you didn't agree, but I was like, oh, well, okay. You didn't push back and say, no, let me call bullshit. Let me call bullshit. You're full of it because that word is absolutely worse. Don't sit up here and try to do that. That's the thing. Andy don't ever really call the girls out. He waits until he's not on the show to be like, oh, that was wrong, or oh, this shouldn't have been handled that way. Like, no, you should have corrected them right then and there at the moment. Y'all are all full of shit to sit on this. Then we go on to Sutton, and I think Andy was like, Sutton, do you have anything that you want to say to Diana? And she was like, no, because she know where we stand. And I said, period. And so then Diana was like, again, pulling a classic white woman. Oh, I would never. Oh, I want to say this because somebody said this in my comments, and I honestly forgot about this. Now, it is very possible that Diana did not do this and Nicki Minaj did, because I forgot about the whole situation with Nicki and Garcelle, and somebody said that in my comments. So it is very much so possible that Diana did not do it, but girl, everything else that you've been doing don't lead us down the road of making us feel like you didn't do something. Everything else you're doing is pointing, it's all arrows pointing towards you, bitch. So again, she tries to make herself, I just think it's so terrible that Garcelle would think that I or anybody on here did that. Girl, shut the fuck up. You make yourself the victim when all you gotta say is what you said at the end, which is, it's a terrible thing that happened to a little boy. You ain't got nothing to do. You a grown ass woman. You can handle yourself. We're talking about a kid here. So, Diana pretty much says that she did a lawsuit last week. What she filed a lawsuit pretty much to try to figure out who did the bots or whatever. And she was like, and we're just gonna make sure this never happens to anybody else. No, let's be real with it, Diana. You don't give a fuck about Jax, because when I read the headline was actually absolutely correct about why you did it. You did it because somebody, whoever wrote Jax, put your name in it, and you didn't want the whole world to think that that had something to do with you. So let's not make it seem like you was coming from a good, genuine place and you just wanted to help Jax out and only Jax. No, you did it because your name was involved. So let's really stick to the facts of the case. Let's not. Okay, let's not. And then I think it was shady when she said, the privilege that I have is that I have money, so I can, hire lawyers to do X, Y, Z, and the third. First of all, do you think Garcelle don't got money? Garcelle got money too. She might not have as much money as you do, but she got money. She has, and the biggest difference is Garcelle earned her money, bitch. Let's not even go down that road. And to be quite honest, Garcelle, as good of a relationship as Garcelle has with Kathy, she probably wouldn't even have to go on her own pocket if she really didn't want to. She could probably easily turn to Kathy and be like, hey, Kathy, bitch, let's talk about the situation. And I'm pretty sure Kathy would help her. So, let's not. That was very shady for no reason, Diana. You could get the hell off my screen as far as I'm concerned. And Garcelle was like, I think when Andy asked Garcelle, how do you feel about the lawsuit? She was like, good for her. Good for her. And everybody's like, oh, she has good intention, girl. Get Diana the fuck off my screen. I don't care anymore. I don't care, but you showed your hand. Don't care. Then when we go to break, you have Lisa and Erica talking in the room, talking about something that was so messed up. How Garcelle said that she thought, hold on, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. Sorry. So, yeah, so Lisa and Erica's like, oh, that was messed up for her to say that she thought one of us did it. Well, she was being real. She was being real about it, okay? Then we go to Garcelle, and, Sutton comes into her room, and she was like, girl, and she was like, I know that was really hard for you to deal with Jax. You could tell, Garcelle wanted to jump out of her skin during that situation. But as black women, we know how to compose ourselves, and we know how to act correctly. So she was like, that was really hard to do. And Sutton pretty much, I think Garcelle asked her about what Crystal had said, and she was just like, it is what it is. We moved forward, but I'm glad that all of the girls kind of was supporting me. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be really real about how I feel about that. I feel like a lot of the girls, they just don't like Crystal, and they think she's a liar, and they don't fuck with her. So I don't really think they were using that situation to support you. It was just more so to down Crystal. That's my opinion. That is my humble opinion. So then when we go to Dorit and Kyle, and they're in the back talking. Now, I will agree with this. When Dorit said, I feel like Crystal doesn't want to admit the fact that she embellished. And I would have to agree. And Kyle was like, no, I think she just, that's not what it is. She flat out lied. Again, I'm going to go with the fact that I don't know. I don't want to say she flat out lied, but I do agree with Dorit that she was backpedaling last episode because she didn't want to admit the fact that she was dragging the situation, which even I said at the time. So then we go back on to set. And I'm gonna be real, Kyle didn't have a fucking storyline this season. So her shit was literally maybe a 2-minute package. Her storyline was nothing. It was nothing this season. Kyle is here just because Kyle's been here since the first season. And it's just that. And I heard allegedly that in Kyle's contract, her contract is that she has to sit next to Andy. That's bullshit, Kyle. That's not how that should work. Like, and the fact that Andy was even okay with saying, because obviously that's been the point. I don't think I've ever seen Kyle not sit next to Andy other than maybe the earlier seasons. But I think that that's bullshit to be like, oh, well, I have to sit next to you. No, it goes by whoever had the most contention that season and who had the most going on. Because let's be real, Kyle, if you didn't have that in your contract, you would definitely be sitting at the end of the couch. Absolutely, because you brought absolutely nothing. Yeah, sure would. So anyway, so like I said, nothing really happened with Kyle. They brought up the Mauricio and Dorit cheating with each other rumors. Do I think they're cheating with each other? No. But do I think that Mauricio got a whole situation out here on the side? Yes, I do. Because Kyle is annoying as fuck. So I could absolutely see Mauricio being on the side. And she's too much white woman. You know, Mauricio is, what is he? Is he Mexican, right? I believe he's Mexican. He ain't got time for her white woman antics. He ain't got time for it. So then we move back over to Garcelle. This is where y'all like, I wanted to come through the screen because y'all had my girl messed up and y'all had me messed up. Very much so. So we talk about Garcelle's book. Now everybody know Garcelle has a book that came out. It was a memoir. I've heard a lot of good things. A lot of good things about it. And she talks about, so Andy specifically brings up like a Bill Cosby story that she has in there. She talks about how, you know, she had went to how she like had got an audition to be on a Cosby show when she was like 18 years old. Then I think Bill Cosby had asked her to like come to his house or something. She went, he made her a drink and she said the drink tasted real funny. So she just kind of like dipped the fuck out of here. That's right. Intuition, gut feeling, get out of there. Okay. So then Andy asks Erica, because Erica had posted something on her Instagram of Garcelle's book being in the trash, which, girl, okay, so Andy's like, why did you throw it in the trash? And so Lisa jumps in and was like, well, actually, I'm the one that did it. And he's like, what? So come to find out, Lisa, I guess I must have missed this part because I watched Keisha Color Me Pink, shout out to her, and I guess I must have missed this part. So apparently Lisa said that Garcelle had put something in the book about her child, but from my understanding, it was just about what had taken place on the show, like not an actual thing. But I think Garcelle ended up like removing the book or taking that piece out of the book and whatever, long story short. So pretty much she was like, I threw the book in the garbage and then I sent that within the group chat. And so then Andy was like, well, wait, Garcelle's not in the group chat. Garcelle was like, of course there's two group chats. Andy, are you stupid? Do you really... I really be wanting to know, do Andy really pay attention? Do you really think that all of these girls would be in a group chat with Garcelle and Sutton and Crystal? No, it's the four main bitches. Whatever. So Garcelle was like, yeah, and I heard that y'all was snickering about it. It was like, I wouldn't say snickering about it. That's exactly what y'all was doing, so cut it the fuck out. And so I guess Lisa was like, well, I guess Erica took that to post on her story. Now, Erica said the reason she did that is because when the clip had came out about Garcelle saying to Erica, like, you already make yourself look bad, that she used that to pretty much promote her book. So she was like, I added her and I was like, oh, I know you can see this. Oh, girl, who fucking cares? Who fucking cares? So, we're still talking about the book, right? We're still talking about the book. You would think that the next question or the next round of questions would be, okay, well, Garcelle, how do you feel about that? Like, do you feel some type of way, or like, why would y'all be like that rude? You know, like y'all disrespecting people's stuff, or how would y'all feel if that? It was a lot of different ways Andy could have went with that. Bravo Andy sat up, and the next thing he said after she talked about why she threw her book in the trash said, well, do you guys not recycle? Because it was a big thing about whether or not you guys don't recycle. And this situation about the recycling thing went on for a couple of minutes, and Andy's really asking in-depth questions like, well, people were really upset, and what do you do now? And Erica, how about this? And Garcelle is just sitting on the side of the couch like you know how when all of the tension goes up in your face, you like she was so tight because she was tight. Like, I was tight for her. What type of world? I don't understand what reality we was in. The fact that y'all would make, Andy, you in particular, would continuously make light of the fact that they threw this girl's memoirs book in the garbage, and your question is about recycling. So then, we'll get back to that in a quick second, right? and everybody's, it's not fucking funny. It's not fucking funny. So then they asked about let me see, hold on. Yeah, they asked Garcelle about Oliver working pretty much for Lisa Vanderpump. Oh, that's what it was. Lisa Vanderpump had pretty much responded to Erica talking shit about Garcelle, and then they kind of asked about like how did that relationship start with Garcelle, and like you know her son works for Lisa now, and she was like, well, Lisa had an event for Haiti that was in LA, and she invited me, obviously. And she was like, when I met her, I know my son was looking for a job, and I was like, hey, do you got a job? And that's how you do that. I know that's how you better put your son on. And she was like, we just kind of became friends from there. And so then Lisa hating ass was gonna be like, yeah, and I saw that y'all were shooting, y'all were filming together. She was like, yeah. Okay, and I'm like, you're such a hater. Y'all mad because she friends with y'all quote unquote op. Girl, bye. Lisa Vanderpump don't even fuck with none of y'all. Don't need y'all. Don't need this show, unlike half of y'all fucking do. Girl got her own show. Girl, good luck and good night. So then the segment pretty much kind of comes to an end, and Andy and Lisa and all of them, they're still talking about the whole recycling thing. Like, oh, well, I don't recycle. And Garcelle's face, like the camera purposely zoomed in on her face. Bruh, do you know how badly I would have literally lost my shit during that moment? I would have literally snapped the out on everybody on that stage. Y'all bitches, and I'm talking about the main four. That's Kyle, Lisa, Erica, and Dorit. You bitches love to make a big deal when some shit happens to any four of y'all, right? Which Crystal gonna touch on later. Y'all love to make it a big deal out of nothing. But for y'all to sit on stage and pretty much laugh in her face about her book and y'all throwing it in the trash, all of y'all deserve to be smacked, including Andy, because Andy, the fact that you engaged in that shit and didn't even take a moment, read the damn room, Andy, read the damn room. How is it that the production and cameraman can literally zoom in on Garcelle's face and can obviously tell what's going on there while y'all are all sitting? Bruh, I'm getting so mad the more I'm thinking about it, because real shit, because I've been there before. When you be sitting, especially as the only black person, you're sitting within something and they're pretty much laughing at you. That's what it is. They are laughing in a situation. That shit is not okay. And for Bravo, like I said, for Bravo Andy to sit his white ass on there and continuously key with all four of the bitches to the right of him, while Garcelle is sitting there visibly upset. I ain't got no respect for Andy. I never did, but I damn sure don't now, even more. Y'all really, everybody on there deserves to get smacked. All of y'all. Disrespectful. Over it. Whew, where are we on time at? Let me hear you. So then Lisa, we get on to Lisa, and we don't really care. Put it like this. This is how I feel. Bitch, you did use your mama dying as a storyline. Yes, you might have been her, but you absolutely used it. And Lisa continuously contradicted the F out of herself this whole thing. Now, when Andy first asked, he said, a viewer wanted to know, why is it that you used your mom's death to act like an ass? And she said, I didn't do that. But then later on in the episode, when you're apologizing to Sutton, said, oh, well, I was going through a lot and I took it out on you. So which one is it, Lisa? Did you or did you not? You did, bitch. And I don't care what nobody say. So Andy asks Erica, do you ever check Lisa on her behavior? And she gave a whole roundabout answer. The answer is no, she do not. They both don't check each other, which is why they're friends. Then we go on to Sutton's little package, and Sutton pretty much said that she felt bad, that what she said about Dorit and the whole having a gun to her head was the worst thing that she could have ever said, and she very much so regrets it. Kyle, why did you put your hands on Sutton? And she was like, oh, it was unjust. And then I think we got onto the topic of like, do you guys feel like Sutton makes stuff about herself? And when Sutton said to Diana, like, I had a miscarriage, do you feel like it was her making it about herself, or was she trying to relate? I absolutely took it as her trying to relate. And here go Dorit. She made about herself as usual. Bitch, you just said that you was over it and you accepted her apology. So why are you still being shady as fuck? Like, Dorit is truly a follower at this point. And I'm going back and I'm watching all of the house. I think I'm on season 7 right now of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Dorit, you really used to be that bitch. Like, You used to stand up for yourself. You used to da-da-da-da. All you do is follow behind Kyle, mostly Kyle, Erica, and Lisa. That's what you do now. You need to have your own fucking voice. So, what else happened? They asked Garcelle, do you think that Sutton makes it about her? Something. She's like, sometimes, and that's just being a real friend. Yeah, sometimes you do, bitch. This is my favorite part of the whole episode, right? So it was asked to Erica, why did you call Sutton a liability? And she says, because I think it hinders us from knowing Garcelle. Now, I want to say this. I did say throughout the season that I do agree to a degree that sometimes I feel like Garcelle does too much when it comes to defending Sutton, because number one, I feel like Sutton doesn't defend Garcelle in the same way, and secondly, I feel like she doesn't give Sutton the chance to defend herself because she's so like, no, I got it. However, when Sutton and Crystal said this, it's the facts. Sutton said, what I don't understand is that all of y'all do that for each other. And Crystal jumped in and said, absolutely. All four of y'all do exactly what y'all talking about Garcelle doing. That is very much so true. That is the actual truth of the matter. Like she said. And my thing is, y'all just did it with Diana. Garcelle was sitting up here making an actual really valid point, and all of y'all decided, instead of just backing Garcelle and be like, that's fucking trash, and leaving it at there or not having nothing to say, y'all all made a conscious effort to speak up for Diana. That's what y'all do for each other. So as annoying as it is that Garcelle does it, it's annoying that y'all do it too, because y'all only, like Crystal said before, y'all bitches only stick up for y'all for. That's it. For real, what it gets down to me, y'all want the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills to be just y'all four. Y'all want it to be Erica, Kyle, Lisa, and Erica. That's it. Y'all don't want nobody else to be on the show. That's why y'all all click the fuck up against everybody else that comes on the show. Facts of the matter. And I'm so glad that Crystal finally called them bitches out and said, all of y'all do that. All of y'all do that. Because y'all leave Crystal. That's why I say all the time, Crystal gets on my nerves, because you be trying to get so in with those girls, but they shit on you every single time. Keep moving on. So, I'm trying to see how much time I got left. I ain't got much time left. So, I said what I said. Like I said, they asked about Sutton, about the whole thing with Lisa. And like I said, Lisa doubled back and was like, well, I don't hate you. You know, I was just going through a lot. Bitch, you just said at the top of the episode that you wasn't going through a lot. Andy pretty much told Lisa that your social media is fucking horrible. I've had to tap you on the shoulder off screen and tell you, like, you be ruining stuff that's gonna happen on the show. You be ruining stuff that's gonna happen on the reunion, and you're fucking with Andy's money. He don't fuck with that, and you do too much. And she was like, I'm just really impulsive. Yeah, but you're also an attention and a media whore. That's what you are. You're an attention whore and you're a media whore. That's why mostly to me Lisa acts out on TV. And like Andy said, you sitting up here blaming stuff on production. You could just simply give me a call. I guess Andy must really be fed up with Lisa to a degree, but not fed up enough because you don't keep checking her. So then we get to, like I said, the whole thing about Lisa saying, you know, posting, oh, if we argue with Garcelle, then it's racist. And Garcelle said specifically, I'm not saying that you're racist, but y'all do have, because y'all never hung out around black people, y'all be saying certain things that have a microaggressions that's not cool. She said the same way I had to sit down with Kyle and explain why what she did wasn't cool. It's the same thing with the rest of y'all. All of y'all do that. And Crystal jumps in and was like, exactly, that's how I've been feeling. Now, I think there was a difference, like Andy said at the end, about what Kyle and Crystal was talking about. Kyle was talking about the fact that Crystal was lying about Sutton saying something dark. But what Crystal was talking about was what happened last season. And she pretty much cursed Kyle the fuck out. She was like, I am tired of you telling me how to feel. And that is something that even with this situation that Kyle has done, you got to stop telling people how to feel about stuff. And she was like, I mean, it's just that you're lying. And Crystal was like, at the end of the day, shut the fuck up. She ain't said it, but this is what she said. She pretty much said, Kyle, shut the fuck up. Because the only reason you apologized to Garcelle is because you was going to get in trouble. And let's just call it what it is. You didn't really mean it because you wasn't going to apologize. You apologized because your ass was getting ate up, rightfully so. So I agree with Crystal. Kyle is always trying to police what people feel, specifically Crystal for some reason. And I don't know what Kyle's thing is with Crystal, but I could tell that she has like a target on Crystal for some weird reason. Yes, did Crystal over embellish and kind of drag out what Sutton did this season? Yes. But as far as last season, she still stands on the point, and I still stand with her, that y'all can't tell her that she didn't feel violated. And even to a degree, like, I don't agree when Crystal was like, Like I said, Crystal ended up saying that Sutton said something dark versus saying that she felt like it was dark. But the point of the matter is, what I agree with Crystal is, you can't fucking tell me how to feel about some shit, bitch. If I felt like the word was dark and that's the word I want to use, then that's the word I'm going to motherfucking use. You don't sit there across as a white woman and try to tell me how I need to feel about what was said about me as a minority. Keep your mouth shut, Kyle. And what's very frustrating about Kyle is, Kyle, you are married to a Mexican man and you have children by this man and you still don't get it. You still don't get it. That's why Mauricio probably is not banging out Dorit, but banging out somebody else. Because you and your white splaining, I'm tired. I'm tired of you arguing with Crystal, telling her how she needs to feel about something. I'm tired of it. She a grown woman. She could say how she want to feel. Granted, like I said, was she wrong by saying that Sutton said something dark? Yes. But if that's how she felt, that's how she fucking felt. And you trying to pick words and, oh, well, don't say this and don't say that and don't feel this and don't feel that. You are nobody to excuse somebody. Who are you to try to diminish her experience on what she felt? I'm with Crystal on that. Kyle, shut up. Just shut up. And as far as I'm concerned, Kyle, Dorit, Erica, Lisa, y'all can all get the fuck off my screen. I'm tired of all of you. All of you. Y'all sit up there and click up and then want to sit there and be like, oh, we're not going to Garcelle, you a better woman than me. I would have dragged Kyle. Kyle is an easy read. Everybody on there is an easy read. Everybody. I would have dragged the hell out of all of them. Y'all tell me what y'all think. I'm out. Bye.